Evening, call to order the Town of St. John Plan Commission meeting for, regular meeting for December 18th, 2024. Would invite all that are able to stand for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, please.
Joe Gomez-Daigle.
Present.
Pete Quadaris is absent. John Gill.
Here.
Russ Vogel.
Here.
Justin Nestor.
Present.
Ron Ensway.
Present.
Ashley Abernathy present. Adam Decker.
Here.
John Dykstra.
Here.
Bill Manasopoulos.
Here.
All right, we have quorum. Agenda item 4, minutes approval, review and approval of the November 20th, 2024 public meeting minutes. I assume everybody's had the chance to review. Any questions, comments?
I'll make a motion to approve the November 20th, 2024 public meeting minutes as posted.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Gill, second by Mr. Vogel. All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Carries 6-0. Item B, December 4th, 2024 study session minutes. Any questions, comments?
Make a motion to approve the December 4th, 2024 study session minutes as posted.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Gill, second by Ms. Abernathy. All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
That one carries as well. Agenda item number 5, Plan Commission Business Resolution 2024-12-18 PC. A resolution of the Town of St. John Plan Commission approving a resolution of the St. John Redevelopment Commission declaring an area in the Town of St. John, Lake County, Indiana as an economic development area to be known as St. John Economic Development Area 4, approving an economic development plan for said area, establishing a residential housing program and an age-restricted housing program and all matters related thereto.
So this is a resolution approving for the next EDA TIF district that is going to be coming through the town council. This is just our process here. There still is multiple steps to go. If you want to look on your monitors, there is a map here. But again, this is just covering another EDA area similar to what we did earlier in the year.
All right, any questions, comments? We're looking for a,
I make a motion to approve resolution 2024-12-18.
I'll second.
motion by Ms. Abernathy, second by Mr. Vogel. All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
And carries 6-0. Agenda item 6, old and new business, 2024-20 Schuster's Village. Proposed final plat and site plan for a 2-lot subdivision and daycare facility located at 10603 and 10641 Thielen Street, zoned C1. Mr. Huss, good evening.
Good evening. James Huss here with DVG team with Region Contractors here representing Seven Ventures Holdings. If I could ask your patience this evening, I'm on the right side of a little bit of a tickle in my throat, so if I need a break, I'll beg your forgiveness. Here tonight requesting final plat and site development approval for this development, which is a 2-lot subdivision. On the second lot will be a new 6,700 square foot daycare facility replacing what is known as Little Rascals today. I know this project has been in front of you over recent meetings, so I won't go into too many details unless there are questions later. My primary update for you tonight, before hopefully entertaining motions, surrounds a report on the town staff meeting that took place on December 9th, Monday morning. Coming out of that meeting, it was agreed to incorporate 2 design elements into the site plan at the request of the St. John Deputy Fire Chief. Those changes are widening the sidewalks adjacent to the east and west faces of the structures from 5 foot to 6 foot to less impede any firefighters that might need to access the building. We will be widening the parking aisle width on the east side from 24 feet to 29 feet to provide for a more generous operational area for an emergency vehicle to set up if there happen to be cars in the lot when they need to do so, and also incorporating a fire access pad west of the building, which right now is just shown as asphalt. One thing we did request of the town is that we're still determining what the finish on that exactly will be. It might not be asphalt. We might be looking at a paver system, but obviously something that would withstand the weight of a fire engine. There's a handful of engineered products on the market that could maybe blend better aesthetically, but nonetheless, we will be incorporating an access area there. We submitted revised plans back to the town on the 14th of this month, and the Plan Commission's engineer was generous enough to issue his conditional approval letter on the 16th. There were some minor conditions of the letter. As we just edited the site plan, we will still be supplying a compliant photometric plan for site lighting, as well as supplying soil borings, which will be obtained closer to groundbreaking. And as members may or may not be aware, we are requesting certain waivers for this project, some of which I believe were more codified during the primary plat approval. Others weren't related to the property boundaries, so the remaining waivers we are requesting for are, that were previously discussed, is that the primary structure not include face brick, that the development refuse structure be constructed of materials different from the building, and that the adjacent streets are not to have curb and gutter installed along them. And as to those waiver requests, I would refer back to our previously submitted findings of fact, which I'm happy to discuss again this evening. With that, I know the Schusters are excited to begin this new venture, and I hope everybody is excited about this improvement to existing and long-standing business within the town. So I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Questions, comments from the commission?
Just for whenever we get to motions, I would recommend acting on the secondary final plat first, making sure we include the remaining development fee and the surety amount as listed in Engineer Dykstra's letter, and then move forward with the site plan.
Mr. Dykstra, I did see your letter. You're okay with it?
Yes.
Okay. All right, any other questions, comments? If not, as Ms. Abernathy said, first would be entertain a motion for the proposed final plat, secondary plat. And a motion should be styled to reference the findings of fact attached there too, as well as the surety requirement, as outlined by Mr. Dykstra's letter.
Make a motion to grant final plat approval for Schuster's Village, reference the findings of fact, and that motion's contingent on them paying the surety amounts outlined in Engineer Dykstra's letter.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Gill, second by Mr. Vogel. All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that one carries. Next would be entertain a motion for, which one would this be? With Schuster's Village Lot 2, the two-lot
Yes.
subdivision.
Yes, they're building the proposed new daycare on Lot 2. Lot 1 would be a future development if and when it comes in.
Any motion with that? I believe we need to reference the findings of fact as well, but I don't think there's a surety with that one, correct?
No, it goes with the subdivision plat, which we just approved.
Make a motion to grant site plan approval to Schuster's Village Lot 2, reference the findings of fact.
Motion by Mr. Gill, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Mr. Emschway. All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Carries 6-0.
Thank you very much.
Good night, hope you feel better. Oh, you're coming back, aren't you? Item B, 2024-27, Family Express, US 41 St. John, proposed final plat for one-lot subdivision and site plan for a new proposed Family Express located at the southwest corner of US 41 and 109th Avenue Family Express.
Good evening. Not so much here to request any action of the Plan Commission, but did want to speak on a few items that have been discussed since we were last before you, receiving approval on the primary plat and for study session in the recent weeks and months. This project was also discussed at that same staff meeting on December 9th, at which a request was made to include an 8-inch water main extension along the eastern edge of the development to provide continuity should the town of St. John expand further south. An updated final plat incorporating the necessary easements to accommodate that water main extension was submitted to the town today. Since the previous study session and also some other comments made during that meeting on the 9th, we've also recently been updating our landscaping plan to provide supplemental screening to some of the residences that will remain to the west and the south. We do expect to have an engineering submittal back to the town as we incorporate some of the retaining walls details requested in the engineer's letter, return to him late next week, right after the holiday, and hope to be back in front of you more formally in January.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item C, 2024-29, NWI Development 1 LLC, proposed site plan for new access road at the Bank 1 subdivision at approximately 9548 Wicker Avenue, zoned C2 and US 41 overlay district.
Hello, I'm Ryan Toringa with Toringa Engineering, designing engineers. The project before you is to create a new road, new access road into the old Kmart parking lot, and also to modify the existing frontage road with a right-in, right-out to hopefully improve the safety of that intersection since it is so near. Yeah, pretty straightforward. You know, some minor demolition to the existing site in order to create the new access road will be necessary. And the existing pond has been modified. All the calculations were reviewed and approved by Adam McAlpine for the stormwater. And I don't believe that there were any outstanding items of note that were requested at the previous meeting where this was discussed, as far as I was informed about it, at least.
All right. From the town's staff's perspective, we're okay? Yeah.
We're good.
All right, with that, would entertain a motion for approval for proposed site plan. Any motion would reference the findings of fact as well.
I make a motion to approve Plan Commission 2024-29, the site plan for the new access road with the findings of fact.
I'll second.
Motion by Ms. Abernathy, second by Mr. Vogel. All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
That one carries 6-0.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night. Item D, 2024-30, the Gates of St. John. Proposed final plat for the Gates of St. John, Unit 27, for 59 lots and 3 outlots. Mr. Hill, good evening.
Yes, good evening, everybody. This, as it says, we're just asking for the final plat on this. We did get a sign-off on the plat, and there was an on-site site meeting that was conducted amongst all of us, including the engineer, Adam. And there was construction costs submitted. Adam did calculate the 2-year maintenance bond and the amount of, put my glasses on here, Justin.
$187,631.
$631. So that actually, the bond has been ordered. That will be delivered to Ashley upon receipt, which should be, I would say, right after Christmas, if not before. So, again, that's all been ordered. Everything's in line, and we are just simply seeking final plat approval, secondary plat.
All right, questions, comments? There being none, would entertain a motion to approve proposed final plat for the Gates of St. John, Unit 27, referencing the findings of fact.
I'll make a motion to approve the Gates of St. John, Unit 27 for final plat, and I'll reference the findings of fact.
I'll second.
I have a request. Can we amend that motion to include the delivery of the maintenance bond and then acceptance by town council?
Yeah, that motion will be amended to include the acceptance by town council of the $187,631 maintenance bond.
I'll second.
All right, motion to approve the proposed final plat referencing the findings of fact and with the condition for delivery of the 2-year maintenance bond by Mr. Gill, second by Mr. Vogel. All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
That one is 6-0 as well. Item E, conversion to maintenance bond for the Gates of St. John, units 21B, 22, 24B, and 25.
Okay, this right here is something that's been out there for several years now. So basically what we're doing is, we have on deposit with the town, between 21B, 22, 24B, and 25, a total of $64,825 in cash. We just submitted checks as opposed to letters of credit or bonds or anything. So all of that now has been inspected. All the recommended improvements have been, or repairs have been made. They were very minor, and it's been signed off on. So what was done is, there is a letter here from the engineer where he is suggesting that we go ahead and be refunded 75% of the total cost, and he broke it down by unit. So for example, for unit 21B, we have an outstanding cash escrow of $21,395. He's suggesting you reduce that down to $5,349. Unit 22, unit 24B, and 25, similarly, reductions of 75%. So I guess what that means to the Plan Commission, if you add those all up to simplify things, you're going to take a total of $64,825 that is in cash escrow with the town, subtract the 25% from that, and then we're asking that you authorize the release of $48,618 and recommend that to the town council for these units. And there is a letter on file that details the amount of money for each separate unit, but they are 100% complete. Street lights, street signs, the whole 9 yards, they're done.
All right, questions, comments? Looking for a motion to convert the maintenance bond.
I make a motion to convert to the maintenance bond and to release the amount of $48,618, sending a recommendation to town council to approve the same.
Motion by Ms. Abernathy, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Vogel. All in favor, so indicate by saying aye. Aye. That one carries 6-0 as well.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Everybody have a great Christmas.
Likewise.
You too.
Item 7, publications. A, 2024-31 MS4 ordinance, updates to the St. John Stormwater and MS4 ordinance.
As discussed at the December work session, study session, we need to provide updates to our stormwater and MS4 ordinance. These have been created by our engineers at Robinson. Adam has created the ordinance for us, and we look to do the publication, to have the public hearing in January, which will be January 15th.
Very good. Do we need a motion on that to put it on for the 15th, or no? Not really?
No.
Didn't think so, okay. All right, thank you. Item B, I'm sorry, were there any questions, comments on that? That's the one we talked about, just getting it to mirror and be consistent with state regulations and law.
State regulations
Yeah.
and our MS4 permit, correct.
All right, questions, comments? There being none. Item B, 2025-01, the shops at the gates, preliminary plat for the proposed 2-lot subdivision.
Good evening. James Huss again with DVG team here for this agenda item representing Suncrest Christian Church. This is referring to part of the development we discussed at study session 2 weeks ago. On December 6th, we tendered a proposed subdivision primary plat titled The Shops at the Gates to the town, along with subdivision and Lot 1 site engineering plans on December 9th. The proposed subdivision will be a two-lot subdivision totaling 17.4 acres along US 231, northeast of the intersection with Park Place. Lot 1 is just shy of 4.5 acres, which we intend to host the first development, which is a commercial development, with Lot 2 hosting the church's new expanded ministry center at a time to be determined in the future. Given that this simply is tonight requesting permission to work with Ms. Abernathy and develop the notice and get it out with the intent of hosting the primary plat public hearing in January.
That would be the same January 15th meeting.
Okay. All right, I'm having to start to write 25. I'm not there yet,
I did the same thing.
right? Did it twice in a row, too. All right. We need a motion on that one, or?
We can make a motion. Our rules and regs do say that we approve. If we look at statute, it says we hear it within a certain amount of time after receipt of application.
Make a motion to allow the Shops at the Gates to advertise for a January 15th, 2025 public hearing.
Motion by Mr. Gill with the correct date. Is there a second?
I will second that.
Second by Mr. Enshoy. All in favor, so indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. 6-0.
Thank you very much.
Now you can have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item 8, public comment. Any members of the public would like to come up? Sure, sir, come on up. Just please state your name and address for the record.
My name's Kurt Knabahans. I'm up here to talk about the Family Express plot or whatever you're trying to do here. I was wondering, I'm worried about the water contamination of our wells over there from the gas station being so close. I mean, you guys don't have any gas stations in the St. John well district, right? Because of you're worried about contaminating the wells. But what about our well district? On all them 6 or 8 houses that are there, they're all on well. Are you planning on extending the sewer and waters to us? So we don't have, are possibly testing every year the wells to see if there's getting any contamination from the gas station runoff, or their tanks leaking into the ground?
The only thing I would say is that it'll go through a rigorous engineering review to make sure that it complies with all the standards that it needs to. We're not there as far, I don't think we're there yet, right? As far as a final site plan for them.
No.
So nothing's been approved.
Well, just like last time when I was here for this, the initial thing, the lawyer's like, well, we're not in the St. John well district. Yeah, because we're not St. John, but you're in our well district, you know? I mean, you can read it as which way ever you want to see it, but you're still close to our wells, you know? Plus, I'm worried about you guys wanting that entrance onto Huron Street when there's kids that wait there in the morning and in the afternoon. Is there anyone on this town council that's ever pulled out of Huron Street, or even been on Huron Street to try to pull out at 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening or 4 o'clock? Have you ever tried to pull out of that street? Any of you?
It's busy. I will just for point of clarification, this is the Plan Commission, not the Town Council.
No.
We're not a legislating body. We're here to deal with planning issues that come in.
Well-
Go ahead.
No, and another thing is they went to Lake County, and Lake County denied it because they know the hill is very dangerous. It was denied. But then you guys annexed them, and now you're approving it. Or there was four yays to 2 nays. At least 2 people have common sense here. But it's like, I mean, is there any studies been done to the why that Lake County wouldn't approve this project?
Oh,
That they had to go to St. John?
I can speak a little bit clearer to that. After the concern that Lake County denied it came in by a couple of the people who lived on Huron, I reached out to Lake County. He's not the top planning person, but he's one of the top planning individuals. And he actually sent me, they did rezone it for a gas station and convenience store before it ever annexed into the town, and that was in 2018.
The county did.
The county did. So saying it was denied, it was not denied. According to his recollection, they decided that the topography was too challenging and the engineering wasn't worth it, and they withdrew their petition. The county did not deny it.
Well, they said that the topography, that's the hill and stuff.
But that was the developer made that determination, not the county.
But it don't seem like you guys are gonna change any of that now because you're annexed into St. John. You're still gonna leave, you're just basically building a retaining wall. You're not changing the hill as far as you not being able to see either way down the hill. When you pull out of Huron Street, you're gonna have so many accidents there. I've lived there for 34 years. And it's so bad right now, it's unreal, you know?
The only thing I'll say is there was not any action taken tonight, so we'll take your comments under advisement, but there's not, again, when the applicant came up, he just updated
But like I
us
said,
and
I'm worried about the groundwater. I mean, if you can give them city sewer and water, why can't you give us, so we get the reassurance, at least if you're gonna build this thing, that our wells aren't gonna be contaminated, we're not gonna get some cancer or something from some benzene or whatever the heck, or the fumes off the, you know what I mean?
So,
I mean, because that's why there's no gas stations on the 2 pumping stations that are on 41.
John, if you want to add in there.
Yeah, I can add a little bit. Fuel gas stations have to meet extreme permitting with IDEM for constructing a gas station. Those regulations are through the state. They have nothing to do with the town, other than that the town requires that they meet all those, and that enforcement is met. But we don't control those type of permits, but they're controlled by the state. And so they're very stringent. They're well aware of potential for contamination. So they have requirements for the underground tanks and how that's all operated. The gas station is going to be on city water. It's going to make a tap into the water main.
Yeah.
Because it is within the town. I believe you are unincorporated, and so you're not on town water, you're on a
Yeah, because I'm
well.
200 more feet away from it,
Yeah.
you know?
I get that, but you're unincorporated, you're not in St. John. So
Why don't you annex the rest of it then and get it over with?
you're bringing up another issue that has nothing to do with this.
Well, then we'd get sewer and water.
If you'd like to discuss voluntary annexation, I think that's a matter for the town council, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So look at the next
No,
town
no, no,
council
hey,
meeting and
I
ask.
appreciate your time and stuff.
No,
I'm very concerned about it, you know?
We understand. We're doing what we have to within the framework of rules that we have, but some of the issues overlap with matters that should be before the town council. If you want to be in the town of St. John and be annexed in, you know, you can coordinate with the town manager, Mr. Manasopoulos, to get that before the town council. But we don't deal with that here. That's
Okay.
not something we can help you with.
Okay, no problem.
All right?
Thank you so much.
Have a good night. Anyone else from the public who'd like to come up? Item 9, adjournment. Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second. Motion by Mr. Vogel, second by Ms.